So my husband's two favorite things are chocolate and mint together. So I've made a lot of chocolate and mint things for him because it makes him happy. Today we're going to make peppermint hot cocoa cookies. So I'm going to start with a cup of butter in my 2 sticks in my mixer. I'm going to add a cup of brown sugar and then a cup of white sugar. We are going to beat this for about 5 minutes until it's light and fluffy. While that's happening, I'm going to mix the dry ingredients. I have a half a cup of cocoa powder, 2 1/4 cups of flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, and a teaspoon of salt. Now, this is going to mix, and I'm just going to stir over here. Butter and sugar have been mixing up for about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to add my eggs and my vanilla. I have 2 eggs and I have 4 teaspoons of vanilla. This only needs about 1.5 minutes, and then we'll add our flour. Eggs and vanilla have been added and they're nice and fluffy. Now, I'm going to leave this on stir, and then I'm going to slowly stir in the flour mixture. Turn it up to 4 for about 30 seconds, just to make sure everything's incorporated. All right, so our dough is pretty much done, but not quite. I'm gonna take my spatula and stir it around to make sure everything's incorporated, and then we're gonna stir in some soft peppermints. These are not candy canes, these are like, they come in a giant plastic tub when we get them, but they're soft so that they are easier to chop up into pieces, I guess. We use the food processor and then the blender and then my hands because the last of them, I wanted pieces for garnishing. So we used about 50 mints. And I used 11 of them, or 10 of them, I'm sorry, for the garnish. That's this little bowl. about 40 of them to make a cup and a half to stir in. They are very, very minty. So now we're going to take this dough. I'm going to transfer it to this bowl, Tupperware bowl with a lid, and we're going to stick it in the refrigerator. It needs to chill for about an hour before we roll it and cook it. So we'll be back. So our peppermint hot cocoa cookies have been chilling in, or the dough has been chilling in the refrigerator for about an hour, hour and a half. I've preheated our oven to 375 degrees. I'm going to take my big cookie scoop. I'm going to make these little balls, and then I'm going to roll them before putting them on my cookie tree. These are going to bake at 375 for about 12 to 14 minutes. I'm going to check them at 12. And while they're baking, we've got a ganache to make. These cookies are definitely going to spread out, so you want to give them some space, some room to grow on your cookie sheet. So I've got 2 trays in the oven. They're cooking 12 minutes a piece. And now I've got, looks like 39 cookies is what it's going to make. This is double the recipe, just so you know, because we're going to give some away. And then we want to have some left. So 12 minutes, and then we'll be back. So while our last tray of cookies, which only has 3 on it, is in the oven, we are going to make our ganache. I have a cup of white chocolate chips. I'm going to add a half of a teaspoon of peppermint extract. And then I have some 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream that I have on the stove. It's heating up to almost boiling, but not a rolling boil. It's just going to boil around the edges. Then we're going to pour it over the top. So while that cooks, we'll be back. So our heavy cream is just boiling. We're going to pour it over our white chocolate and our peppermint extract. And then we're going to let it melt. When our cookies first come out of the oven, they're a little like puffed up. They're going to fall flatter, and that's okay. It's exactly what you want. We're going to melt this white chocolate with the heavy cream to make our ganache. All the white chocolate is melted, so now we need to let this cool down a little bit so it'll thicken up. And then we're going to drop dollops of it in the middle of each cookie, and then add some chopped up peppermints and some freeze-dried marshmallows. So our ganache is cooled down. Now I'm going to take just a spoonful. We're going to drop it in the middle of each cookie, like that. And then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of crushed up peppermints and a few little freeze-dried marshmallows. And there we have peppermint hot cocoa cookies. So our peppermint hot cocoa cookies need about 30 minutes to set up, and then they'll be ready to eat.